Hey everyone, welcome back to Small Batch Devs. My name is Austin.
And I'm Elliot. Today we're going to be talking about 5 technical skills that we wish we knew when we started our careers as software developers.
So let's jump into it. The first skill we're going to talk about is front-end debugging. When debugging your JavaScript applications, you'll need to use the developer tools that are provided by Google Chrome or Firefox in the browser itself to actually be able to debug.
Typically, you'll be able to right-click anywhere on the screen and click the Inspect option, and that should open up your developer tools. But there are other ways to open it, and a quick Google search will let you know of the many ways you can do that.
Using a DevTools console can be extremely beneficial when debugging your applications because you'll be able to use the tools such as setting breakpoints in your JavaScript. You'll also be able to check the network calls that are going through. You'll be able to see your logs and your errors that are maybe popping up in the console, and a lot more.
The next topic is back-end debugging. Back-end debugging can be a little different depending on what technologies you're dealing with.
A lot of the times you'll be able to use your IDE that you're using to write your code to actually debug your back-end services.
This, of course, requires a specific debugging port to be enabled. Or you can set up your IDE to compile, run, and then debug your code within your IDE.
Typically, you'll be able to then set breakpoints in your IDE, and once that line of code is executed at runtime in your application, then you'll be able to see what the data is at that current state of the application.
In your DevTools.
In your IDE. Wow. The third skill we're going to talk about is the ability to use a REST client. Using a REST client can be beneficial if you're a front-end developer or a back-end developer.
At a high level, a REST client will allow you to quickly test APIs that either you are developing or that your application is using.
A popular REST client that we have both used and is also free is Postman. You could also use a product called Swagger, but Swagger requires a little more integration into your application.
It's not as frictionless. Next is deployment environments, and this is just something you should be aware of. Typically, there will be more than one environment that your application is configured for and then deployed to.
The typical environments that you'll see are development, quality assurance, and testing, stage, which is like a pre-production, and then production. The last skill we're going to talk about is properly commenting your code. And to be honest, if you properly name your classes, functions, and variables, then you shouldn't need to actually comment your code. But if necessary, you should definitely keep your comments short and sweet.
And a lot of times, devs will just simply gloss over comments without even reading them.
Comments will also quickly become out of date if a developer updates some functionality in the code but then decides not to update the comments.
Or forgets to. It happens more often than you think.
It is really the harsh reality of commenting.
The cruel world of commenting.
It's a very sad world.
Today we covered 5 technical skills that we wish we knew when starting our software development careers. We started off by talking about front-end and back-end debugging. Then we moved on to REST clients and how and when to use them. We also covered deployment environments and then finished up with properly commenting your code.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and follow us on social media where we can be social with each other.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love being social? See you guys.
Peace.